Hope you're well today. It's June 8th. Our reading today is from Ecclesiastes chapter 12 at the end of the book. And I just wanted to look at a couple of verses here in this section from verse 9 down through verse 14. Verse 9 specifically. Moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yes, he pondered and sought out and set in order many proverbs. The preacher sought to find acceptable words, and what was written was upright, words of truth. I thought that those points in verse 9, pretty good points for us to think about. He still taught the people knowledge. Yes, he pondered. Mindful of David, meditating. You ponder on something. A lot of folks, it never gets to that point. They'll read it. They may even be able to recite it. But as far as pondering and meditating and really chewing on it, right? I will lie in my bed in the night watches and meditate on your word. And that's what we have to do. We receive it deeply. It's not just on the surface. And here, even as Solomon speaks about this, and he sought to find acceptable words. And the wisdom that was given to him, he used that wisdom to look throughout Ecclesiastes, and he sought out to learn. He was guided by that wisdom. And it's an interesting journey that he was on. And a lot of folks, when they think about Solomon giving wisdom, they think he just got zapped and that was the end of it. And you can tell from Ecclesiastes that's not the case. He had to seek out. And so here he ponders, he meditated, but he also sought out. And we know the promises that are made, seek and you will find. And you have to seek it. You have to pursue it. And you have to give yourself to it. That's what you have to do. Even Solomon, he meditated on it, but he also sought out. So when you think about knowledge and you ponder on the knowledge you already have. You ponder on what you've been given, but then you're also trying to push the boundaries to seek beyond. You're always growing in grace and knowledge. Okay, so you should always be growing. We should always be growing in grace and knowledge. So we ponder on what we have learned, but we also seek out to learn more. And as you seek out and as you learn more, you ponder on that. And it becomes a part of the collection of knowledge, the data collection that you have. And you ponder on it. And that process keeps repeating. And you set in order many proverbs. That setting in order. Let me just look to see what probably don't do it as often as I should. But the English Standard, weighing and studying and arranging many proverbs with great care. New American Standard, arrange. But that idea of setting in order or arranging. Remember what Paul told Timothy. A workman should not be ashamed, but he needed to rightly divide the word. Okay, so the three things: you ponder on it, you meditate on it, and you're seeking out. So you're gathering new, and then you're arranging it, and you're trying to make sure the law is good if one uses it lawfully. And so you're setting these things in order to make sure that you're not misconstruing, misapplying, and missing the point. And ultimately, what all of that goes into is he still taught the people knowledge. This is what teaching is. You ponder on it yourself. You're growing as a teacher, seeking out, and you're setting these things in order. You're arranging them so that people will hopefully learn knowledge. Words of truth. Verse 10. The words of the wise are like goads, and the words of scholars are like well-driven nails given by one shepherd. Don't kick against the goads. Further, my son, be admonished by these Of making many books there is no end, and much study is wearisome to the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is man's all. So I just thought that'd be a fitting way to end this section of our study. He pondered, he sought out, and he set in order many proverbs. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Join us for our next brief look into God's Word.